Welcome to Split Ends and Friends podcast. This podcast isn't just about hair, makeup, fashion, and how to be successful in this industry. We will talk about all that, but it's much more. It's about how hairstylists are changing the world. We're bringing communities together and making a difference. We're spreading kindness around like confetti. Hosted by Tricia Rivas, owner of Trixies Salon and founder of the nonprofit Dreamcatchers Foundation, Inc., and co-hosted by Hannah Arendt, social media guru, hairstylist at Trixies, and director of education. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Split Ends and Friends. I'm so excited about our guest today. We have Vilma here today, and she's a friend of ours at Trixies. Tricia wasn't able to be here today, so it's just her and I. My husband actually thought when I said I was doing the podcast by myself, he thought I was just going to be talking by myself. And I was like, no, I'm talking to somebody else. Why would I just sit and talk to myself? So I thought that was funny. But I'll kind of introduce you, Vilma. She owns Xiphium Salon in Kansas City. And one of our main things that we want to talk to her today about is the Midwest Hair Awards that are coming up. So, of course, you do many other things that you'll have to cover, but that's how we know her, is through Aveda and through, I met her through Tricia and through the salon world, and she's just wonderful. So tell us about the Midwest Hair Awards a little bit. Let's just get into it.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. So as you all know, there's just quite a few different types of award events out there, and starting with like one of our favorites, the NAHAs, the North American Hairstyling Awards, and my dear friend Charlie Price, who he's been involved with that for many, many years. He's been awarded many times. He's been recognized as a master. And now he's on the committee there. He's also a judge, if you will, for the NAHAs. And then it evolved into Charlie doing a little bit more of a regional type event in Denver for the Southwest. And that kind of then, that energy kind of flowed over to our friend Lisa Van, who has been doing it now in the Northwest. So for the Northwest Hairstyling Awards. And I kept prodding them, like, hey, you guys, this is cool. I love this. Why can't we do this in the Midwest? I feel like the Midwest always kind of goes, everybody flies over the Midwest because we're right smack in the middle, but no one really ever kind of stops and congregates to do something like this. So they're like, you know what, Vilma, that's a great idea. Go for it. And I'm like, oh, man. So here's the thing. It took me a couple years to really think this through, and then we bit the bullet this winter and decided, you know what, this is what we're going to do. Let's target the fall. So on September 29th, that's going to be the premiere evening of the Midwest Hairstyling Awards. So
exciting!
I know.
Can you believe it?
So I know, it's coming up 3 weeks. But when I decided to take this on, I'm thinking, okay, there's, we've got a good middle grouping of states here. And then I'm confessing, realized that I did not understand my geography. And I pulled up Midwest states. There are 12 states that are encompassing the Midwest. So I was like, dun, dun, dun. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
So, trying to get the word out was what I was a little concerned about. But right now, because this is grassroots, we're working with social media and word of mouth more than anything. We do not have a website set up yet because I wanted to kind of feel my way through and see what type of support we were getting. And I have to say, getting the support from Lisa Van and Charlie Price was huge. But the next person who really dove in the minute they heard that I was even thinking about this was your lovely Tricia Rivas from Trixies. I mean, she's always been such a great support for me.
Yeah.
And before I even had a chance to finish telling her, like, my whole idea, she's like, I'm in, I want to help.
Yeah.
So, with all the great support that I've been getting from our local Kansas City market and outside, I thought, okay, we have to do this. And it's all about celebrating our craft and celebrating the Midwest. Like I said earlier, we tend to get overlooked to a certain degree, and there is so much talent, as you know, Hannah.
Absolutely.
So much talent that's in our Midwest area, from up in Minnesota to Iowa, Nebraska, down into Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas, and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
So we really tried to get the word out, and I feel like we've done a pretty darn good job for our first year.
Mm-hmm.
We've had quite a few people that entered with the 6 categories that we started with. And I wanted to keep it simple. So we have hairstylist of the year, hair colorist of the year, newcomer. And the newcomer is someone who is behind the chair 2 years or less. And then we have makeup artist, photographer, and men's hairstyling. So
Yes.
great. I mean, I was just overwhelmed with the entries and the artwork that was submitted. And if you aren't on our Instagram or our Facebook yet, which is Uncensored Beauty KC is our Instagram, get on there, because you'll be able to see the entries that have come in the finalists. They are just phenomenal, and it just made me even more proud.
Oh, yeah.
See the kind of work. Oh, man. Well, you saw it.
Well, I just thought it was a great, like, diverse group of people. You know, I kind of expected, just because it was your first year, I mean, I figured it'd be a lot of Kansas City people, just because you know mostly Kansas City people. But I was like,
Right.
Wow, there's, like, you know, a good mix of people here. I think it's great.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. The advantage with social media, for one thing, but also a lot of people are not aware. For those of you who are not aware, I was an educator for Aveda for many years, so I traveled around the country.
Yeah, that's very
teaching
true.
For Aveda.
Yeah.
So I was able to network,
Mm-hmm.
and I love keeping my connection with people, and so
That's
because you just
true.
never know how you're going to be able to collaborate with someone in the future. So, and I'm originally from Milwaukee, from Wisconsin.
Oh, that's
so I
right.
have
Yeah, you know
connections-
people there
right.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have connections up in Wisconsin and Illinois, and then being an educator for Aveda,
Mhm.
I have a lot of ties in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So I was able to reach out to different directions and get the word out. And then just with other people, I always try to connect even outside of the Aveda world.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at who the finalists are, they're from different networks and different groupings within our industry.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
this is all about unity and bringing people from all different aspects of our industry to one space to celebrate.
Which never happens, I mean, at least in the Midwest, really, for us.
Well,
A lot of
when it
times.
comes to an award show, yeah, you're right. I mean, there are other like trade show events, but this isn't really going to be about product.
Yeah.
The product that we're really supporting is more of like the artwork that
Yeah, I
the
love
individual
that.
has created,
Mm-hmm.
and celebrating that and coming together and just recognizing the beauty of what other people can create, whether they use, a certain product or not, or certain tools, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about that end result and then celebrating it.
Yeah, kind of brings us together. I always just love to see what other people are doing because I get in my Aveda world, as we all do. So I love that chance to be able to meet people, from different networks and stuff too. I love that.
Right. And so the other cool thing is bringing people in from other cities.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we're doing it here in Kansas City, we're technically, I'm on the Kansas side because there's a Kansas City, Missouri and a Kansas City, Kansas, right? So the show is going to be in Overland Park, Kansas, which is a suburb of Kansas City.
Yeah.
And, but the state of Kansas is literally the heart of the country. And so we're like, why not just bring it all to heart? Why not, it's not about getting all touchy-feely, but it's really about coming to center and bringing us all together that way and congregating. And the venue is just crazy cool.
Yeah, that is really gonna be so neat. I can't wait to see all of that come together.
Right. So, and people are like, okay, it's in the museum? Interesting. But you'll have to get, again, on our Instagram or Facebook to see a picture of the museum at Prairie Fire. And it's connected, the owners of this museum, the group that put it together, the Merrill Group, they have ties. This museum has ties with the Natural History Museum in New York.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to be celebrating amongst T-Rexes and other amazing creatures that are in this museum. And the big T-Rex that will be there in the showroom with us when we're celebrating, her name is Sue.
Oh my gosh.
So I can't wait for everyone to meet Sue. We'll have to post a picture of her later so everyone can see her.
That's adorable. I love that.
I know. Her name is Sue. But the outside, the architecture, to me, just calls out color and shape. So it's just, I thought, just so conducive to what we're all about.
Yeah. Well, and when I think of Midwest, I think of prairie. I love prairie. Like, I love that. I just right. Love it all. It's so exciting. So tell me about how like Uncensored Beauty kind of ties into this whole event.
Yes.
And what that is.
Right. So Uncensored Beauty was something I coined for myself back in 2015 when I was producing a show with Charlie Price. So when Charlie and I were collaborating and kind of going back and forth discussing what we wanted for this particular show, as all of you know, Charlie is not afraid to speak out. He's not afraid to use his voice to get to rattle things up a little bit, to push the envelope a little bit. But it's about being uncomfortable, you know, and anytime we're uncomfortable, we're going to start kind of like looking at ourselves and understanding how can we grow from this. And so I think Charlie has an art about creating that edge to really get us to like look at things in a different way. So when we were talking about the show, one of the things that I said to Charlie, Charlie, because he was going to be in a panel discussion like hours before the show, I said, Charlie, I love what you're about. I love your artistry. I love your vision. I love how you really try to get us to think about things. And I promise you, my goal is not to censor you. I want you to go full blast and high volume with any type of message that you feel we need to walk away with. And as we were talking and he was agreeing with that, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's all about beauty. It's all about stories. And that's when Uncensored Beauty just like popped in my head. And I'm like, that's the name of our show. So that was the name of our show for that particular weekend and event. And then as that developed, you know, we created the t-shirts that I have behind me right here. I'll have to pull it in a little closer. But we started selling those t-shirts that night. So for me, it became now a production company, but a message about not stifling yourself. You know, don't hold back. Be who you are. Be it a young person who always feels like they have to look just a certain way to fit in. It's not about fitting in. It's about being who you are. So I just feel like there's so much right now that we talk about in social media. There's a lot we talk about how the young kids always feel like they have to look a certain way to fit into social media or to be accepted. Uncensored Beauty can take us into so many different directions and not being afraid to use our voice in a creative way, in other ways to help community and so on and so forth. So right now I'm using it as a vessel to create unity and to bring people together to feel that they can come to a certain place and be able to express themselves. And I'm always wanting that you express yourself without harm to others. You know, you're going to maybe make some people feel uncomfortable, but that's not always going to be your issue. It might be their issue if someone's not comfortable, and it may be because they're not ready for that message.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah. Uncensored Beauty.
I love it so much. I have a shirt, and I love wearing it because people don't know if it's just like a shirt that it's like all about Uncensored Beauty or if it's like a thing, you know? So people always ask, like, what's that mean? But I love it because you can just wear it as a reminder to yourself of that. And then also, like, it makes me think of you and everything, too. But
oh, you're so cute. Well, you know what, though, man? You can make it your own thing, right? I mean, I love it. Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So we will have the T-shirts there. We have a limited supply. We have them in crew neck and V-neck, but we will have the T-shirts. But you know what else we're going to have there? We're going to have some cool people.
Yeah.
So not only are we going to have Charlie Price and Lisa Van, we're going to have Lupe Voss, who's representing for Aveda.
Yeah.
Lisa is representing Euphora.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's representing Charlie. And then we're going to have Oscar Bond, who will be there. Hanzo is bringing Oscar Bond and Pope the Barber in. So we're going to have some killer representation there. Yeah, it's amazing. Right? And then we're, our beautiful, handsome MC, the host of our evening will be Rudy Miles, who's flying in from New York.
That's going to be perfect.
Hang out with us and to be our, our amazing MC for that night.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have a lot of cool people in with us.
Yeah.
From all over.
Mm-hmm. What a first year for this event. Is this something that you could see continuing, or are you still kind of gauging how everything's going?
Well, it's funny. I was talking to someone about our production yesterday, and I had so many phone calls yesterday, and everyone referenced to they can't wait for next year. And they're like, okay, so we're going to do this for next year. I'm like, whoa. I didn't even get through this year yet. So to me, I'm taking that as like this confirmation and this really cool confirmation that people already know this is going to be successful and people are ready for next year, and how they want to get involved. And so my goal is to make this an annual event.
Yeah.
It's just the support, though. We always are going to need support from all of you to make this a reality and to make this continuous. And again, it will only grow from here, right? And we may have more categories next year too. Yeah. And depending on how these are embraced, I've already had people ask me if we're going to have salon team categories and barbering categories and things like that. Yeah. So people are already catapulting to 2020. I'm like, wow, awesome. Okay. But again, it's building a committee, so I do have a good behind-the-scenes team right now with this. And so I am just now thinking, okay, if this is going to be something that's going to be concrete, it'll be really nice to have more of a solid committee that helps to start planning for next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Hint, hint, Hannah. Wink, wink.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I love that. We've loved being involved, and we're also excited about coming in down and doing the runway show and just all of it.
That's right. So I know that I don't want you to give anything away, but I'm going to turn it to you. But are you guys getting super stoked about doing your runway?
We are. We love themes. Anything we do, we fully embrace and get into it. So we have had so much fun getting these models together, and I won't say too much about what we're doing. But
buy tickets and come and see.
Yes.
But
it's going to be really fun and be very Trixies, and we're very excited.
Well, along with your amazing runway, Charlie, Lisa, Lupe, we have a gentleman by the name of Takai Bannister, who's a local barber here in the Kansas City and Lawrence area, and he was also featured on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Right?
Oh, he was.
Did I say that wrong?
Oh, okay.
I just screwed the title up.
It's okay. I didn't even realize. I know.
Queer Eye. He was on a couple episodes, and when they were here filming
when they were in Kansas City. That's so cool.
So he's doing a runway, and he's also one of our finalists. It just kind of worked out that way.
I love that.
So we're going to have 6 different runway with the awards and honoring some of our mentors here. And Eric Fisher, for a lot of you who are familiar with him with Aquage, but he has some great salons in Wichita, along with academies in Wichita. So we're really excited to honor him. And then we have a little surprise.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying. That's going to happen that night.
Seriously, you guys, for all people out there that are interested in this event, I mean, it really is crazy how many people in our industry that will be there, and all the classes that you're able to take. There's lots of classes, right, on the Monday after.
Yeah. Right. So as long as everyone's like coming into town, and you know, when you're at an event like this, you're so inspired, you're excited, because there's going to be a lot of great inspiration that night, with texture and with vibrant colors and so on and so forth. So we thought, why not support that inspiration and excitement the next day? So we're offering 4 classes that day, with all of these huge names. So Lisa Van is doing an amazing reform class, and it's a whole new way to add texture to hair and color at the same time. And she has just developed this amazing technique. It doesn't take long to do, and it creates the most amazing, crazy texture that's so realistic. And then the pops of vibrant colors in there at the same time while you're neutralizing. She has a really cool special technique that she created that she's teaching the next day. Charlie's going to be doing photo shoots for social media, so styling hair for photo work, and he's actually going to be doing the photographs himself, and then he'll be giving that to his students for the day. And then we have Lupe, who will be doing her vibrance and her vivid colors and designs using the Aveda color. And then these are all day classes with demos and hands-on. And then the lovely Gino Chapman, I didn't bring him up yet, flying in from Hollywood just because he was one of our judges. He wants to just hang out and enjoy everybody and celebrate along with us.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey man, as long as I'm here, I want to teach too. So he's doing a shape versus technique cutting hands-on class the next day as well. So, I mean, to me, it was just music to my ears that these mentors, these masters, wanted to do this and share their knowledge with everybody the next day. So yeah, there's a lot happening on that whole weekend.
Yeah. Are you stressed right now? You're amidst all of it. You're like in the final few weeks.
We are actually tying up a lot of loose ends and getting really pumped. And you know what? We didn't advertise this yet, but you're going to be the first spot for me to advertise this on. But we are going to have a really cool meet and greet right before the show. The show starts at 6 o'clock. And we're going to have a meet and greet with Cash Bar. And so everybody's just right before the show, hang out and have a few cocktails. And then after the show, immediately after, we're going to have an after party right there on the property at the Prairie Fire. So there's going to be, everybody's going to congregate over to the next phase of the evening, I guess. And then I heard rumors that there might be another after party. Yes, but I'm not putting that one on. But someone's already planning a after party. But, you know, for those of you taking class, I don't know. Ooh, class doesn't start till 10. You have some time to, like, you know, chill a little bit.
I don't know. Hairstylists have an ability to really pull through and power through, don't they?
Our Energizer bunnies, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yikes. That's all good, man. I support it.
Yes.
I support it. Cheers.
There are peeps.
Coffee time.
Yes. So tell us, let's just circle back. Tell us how we can, first of all, find out about the awards. And even if people want to connect with you at all or learn more about your salon in Kansas City.
Right. So first of all, I don't know if you can see this, but Uncensored Beauty, KC, is our handle. And we have all the information on here. Whoops, not for my phone. We have all the information for the show on here and all of our great people that are doing Broadway. So Uncensored Beauty KC is our handle for Instagram. We have a link on there where you can click on for tickets. So we have different ticket prices. And the salon, we're Xiphium in Leawood, Kansas. So we're on Instagram and Facebook as well. But we're trying to get all the information that we possibly can on our Instagram page, and different links. And people are like asking us questions. They're messaging us. And so between myself and Jake, who's been running my Instagram, we try to answer as quick as we can. So
Sure.
if there are any questions on the classes, the shows, again, if you've missed what time everything starts, just message us, and one of us will get back to you guys right away.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And
My pleasure.
We will spread the word as much as we can about the event. We'll post all of those links for you and all of that. And I'm sure we'll have you back on again soon because there's so much more that we could talk about. So
Right, Hannah. And hey, before we say adios,
Yeah.
I did forget to mention that some of our sponsors are going to have tables there.
Oh, cool.
We're going to have some things for sale other than the T-shirts, but there are going to be some like different things going on there with the vendors as well. So the sponsors. So we'll have some things. So just maybe make sure to have a little extra cash on you, or
Yeah.
don't forget your credit card, because again, the cash bar will be open throughout the whole show. And then